Alrighty, so I just want to do a quick little video. The question of the day: can a floor scrubber replace your floor machine? Or if you're starting a business, could you start off with that instead of this piece of equipment here, which is in the thousands of dollars? Sorry about the paper on there. I didn't want to give the place I bought it from some free advertisement, since they didn't really know what they were doing anyway. So the short answer, no. It's pretty good. I like the Oreck. It's super useful when I'm doing a job. Scrubbing each individual line, which, by the way, I just did these with the floor machine and the scrubber. Came out really nice. If you use only the Oreck, you're going to get to a point where your floor is covered in your chemical or whatever you use. Floor's got to be saturated, of course. You're going to see it's like muddy water, and so then you get to the point, well, what do I do? So yeah, I have a wet vac. I can wet vac it up, but is that really clean? If you clean the floor like that, and I threw a cheeseburger on the ground and some fries as a test and told you to eat it, seeing what you just saw, would you eat it? No, you wouldn't. So the difference with the larger machine and why you need the larger machine, and you could technically probably make do with something a little bit smaller, maybe even a carpet cleaning machine, as long as it blows out water at a decent psi and sucks it back up. And the reason I think you need that is because, like I said, once you get to that point where your floor is really saturated and dirty, even if you wet vac it, even if you run a towel over it, which I just did my kitchen floor like that just as a test with the Oreck only and a wet vac. I mean, you're not getting up everything. It's just impossible. I don't know any other way to do it besides with high pressure extraction. I don't necessarily know that if you do a good job, do you need 1200 psi. You could definitely start off with something smaller. I think everyone says you need to do around 1200, maybe for like a really bad job. But I think the prep work and the scrubbing work is going to do the majority of the job for you, and you get the added benefit of not blowing out any grout, which you're going to find out even with the Oreck. Some of this tile is so old, and once it soaks and all the stuff that comes up, it was just like packing in. I just noticed some cracks coming out of my grout and some open spaces after cleaning it that I didn't notice before, and I mean, it's just the age of the grout. So, but I just think that even with maybe like 400 or 500 psi, just the act of spraying it with the water and sucking it back up, it's going to be the difference between, like, 80% clean or 100% clean, where I could throw something on the floor and eat it and feel confident that it's clean. So, I mean, if you have to start off with that, yeah, you can do it and it'll work, and you could probably start your little business like that. But it's not going to be any comparison to any kind of extractor. I would suggest with this equipment, a lot of places sell a different version of it. I think the company is Sandia, and I see a lot of different companies put their little logo on it and they sell it. I paid a little bit more for mine because of the fact that the place was local, and I figured if I needed anything, they could guide me. And I'm in South Florida, and I won't name the place, but they told me things that after I actually read through the owner's manual, it contradicted. So, I mean, they don't really know what they're doing. I did talk to somebody in another state, and they did definitely seem more knowledgeable. So before you buy something like this from somebody, go ahead and do some research, download an owner's manual, ask a couple questions, and see if their answers, match what's in the manual. This setup cost me almost $5,000 for everything. The Oreck is like $359. This is super heavy. I can get it into my truck by myself, but it's I put a moving pad on the tailgate, flip the tailgate down, turn it sideways, lift it up onto the tailgate, lean it, and kind of pull it up. It's not easy, but you can do this with one person. If you opt for the smaller carpet cleaning one, maybe like I said, less PSI, but you could also do it yourself a lot easier and get around a lot easier. Just something to consider, but you are going to be using less PSI, so you'd have to see what your thoughts are on that. I've been actually using somewhere around 1,000, but I've been thinking about turning it down a little bit, but more to come on that. Alrighty, thank you.